Chapter 3, Section 3, Solving Right Triangles Master Level. Composite shapes. Well, what is a composite shape? Well, I have a large triangle here, but you can see it's been broken down into two smaller right triangles. So that's all that means. It's just you have something that's made up of simpler things and you're just putting them together. So we are asked to determine the length BC. So that's from here to here. So that is the base of the big triangle. Right? So we know two of the angles inside, and we know the altitude, or the height, of this triangle, and that's 11.3. Well, I can see right away, if I can figure out this length, and then figure out this length here, if I add them together, then I have what I want. So let's figure out BD, if we can, which I'm pretty sure we can. All right, so here I have an angle of 65 degrees, and opposite to that is 11.3. Well, this would be the adjacent, this would be the opposite, so I need to use the tangent ratio. So the tangent of 65 degrees is the opposite divided by the adjacent. Okay, so let's solve for BD. So that means that is 11.3 divided by tan 65. So work that out quickly. Alright, so BD is approximately 5.269. I'll go to the nearest thousandth. That's BD. Now, can we determine DC or CD? Doesn't really matter which order you choose. I'll keep it alphabetical. All right. So here's my angle here, 42 degrees, and the opposite is 11.3. This is the adjacent. What do you know? We can use tangent again. How about that? So tan of 42 is opposite divided by the adjacent. All right, well, it's exactly the same procedure as before. It's kind of nice. CD. See what we get. 11.3 divided by tan of 42 gives me 12.5. If I want to round to the nearest thousandth, I have to be careful. That's going to be 12.550. There we go. So we've done pretty much everything that's required, say for actually answering the question. Remember, we want BC. So that's just BD plus CD. No problem. I'll keep the colors together, why not? So this was 5.269 plus 12.550. So BC is approximately, what do we get when you add these together? Alright, so I'm going to go to the nearest hundredth this time. That's going to give me about 17.82. There we are. Alright, next question. Solve for H. Okay, well, this shape here, well, that's actually called a trapezoid. Right? These are both 90-degree angles, so therefore these two lines are parallel. Okay, this is what we call a trapezoid. So you can actually see it can be broken down into two smaller shapes. We have a rectangle here at the bottom, and then we have a right triangle here at the top. Okay. Well, keep in mind H, that is the height of the trapezoid, not this height of the triangle, so keep that in mind. If I want to figure out H, though, this angle of elevation is 35. The hypotenuse, okay, if I'm just talking about this triangle here, is 10.9. I need to figure out this. And I'll label that x. Okay, that should be pretty simple. This is opposite, hypotenuse, I need sine. So the sine of 35 degrees is opposite divided by the hypotenuse. So I just multiply both sides by 10.9. Those cancel. So let's work that out. 10.9 times sine of 35. And you get about 6.25. That's good enough. Okay. Well, actually, I should put units in here, because there are units given in the problem. There we go. Okay. So we're well on our way, but we need to figure out this. I'm going to call that y. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to make this rectangle here completely red. And then in blue, that was this triangle that I just worked with. And together they make a trapezoid. Well, we certainly don't need trig for this. All right? If this is a rectangle, if this little height here is 3 centimeters, then that has to be 3 centimeters. Well, that was easy. So y is 3 centimeters. Tough stuff. All right. Therefore, h is x plus y. We're just adding these two heights together. No problem. So h is going to be approximately 9.25 centimeters. Okay. Not a difficult problem. Okay. You just have to be careful that when you're using trig for this blue triangle right here, that this h that we're looking for, that is not this height here. H is the whole thing. So we just don't want to get those confused.